This is part 2 of what we've been looking at last time on active and passive. So basically we continue from past continuous. In past continuous, we have seen that we're supposed to changing a sentence from present active tense into passive tense. If the sentence is in past continuous, then we use was or were plus being plus verb in verb 3, which is past participle. For example, I was eating food. I was eating food. That sentence can be transformed into passive this way. It becomes I was eating food becomes the food was being eaten by me. The food was being eaten by me. So you can see you use was or were, okay, being plus verb in participle. So your verb has to be changed from gerund form into participle form. Okay, we continue. Past perfect tense. In a past perfect tense, we know past perfect sentence has had. You have to have had, and your verb has to be in past participle. That is the normal form of past perfect. So if you have a sentence that is in past perfect and you have to change it, the sentence is already in active voice, you're supposed to change it into passive voice. The formula says you have to have had as usual plus been plus verb 3. Okay, that means the verb has to be in past participle form. So for instance, I had cooked food. I had cooked food. This sentence is in active voice and it is in past perfect. So changing this into passive voice, we have to follow this formula: had plus been plus voice, verb 3, which is in past participle. So in that case, let's change our sentence. I had cooked food. I had cooked food becomes food had been cooked by me. The food had been cooked by me. Okay, so that sentence is complete. We have both active and passive. The active was I had cooked food. I had cooked food. The passive becomes the food had been cooked by me. Okay, yes, very good. So we continue with future indefinite tense, or future simple in other words. So future simple. Future simple is a sentence that has a subject plus will. Okay, a long time ago, in Old English, we say in Old English, future had two modal auxiliaries. We used to use shall and will, but in modern English now it's recommended that we ignore shall. So we don't use shall in making as an option for will. So we use will to replace shall in all the subjects. When I talk about subjects, I talk about I, you, we, they, and all of them. So we have 7 subjects, subjective pronouns. So when we use the subjective pronouns, the two pronouns, that is I and we used to go with shall, but these days in this modern English we ignore shall, so we just use will with all the subjects, okay, personal pronouns. So the future simple is a sentence that is formed by subject plus modal auxiliary will plus a verb in basic form, which is the verb that did not change. If it's play, it's play. It's not, there is nothing that is attached to the verb. Okay, so we continue. So let's say an example for future simple. Okay, future simple sentence. Future simple sentence example: I will. Okay, I will play football. I will play football. Our formula says it's simple. If you find that sentence, in order for you to make passive voice in this future simple, you have to use will, okay, plus be plus verb in past participle, that is verb 3. Okay, so let's try to change that sentence. I will cook food. Okay, I will cook food. I will cook food becomes food, which is the subject, excuse me, food, which is the subject, okay, will have food, which is the subject, shall, will, food will be cooked by me. I will cook food becomes food will be cooked by me. Okay, so you can say we have, you can see we have our subject, which becomes our object becomes a subject now. Okay, that is food. Okay, we use will. Okay, and then we use be. Okay, will be cooked. Your verb cook become cooked by me. Okay, so we have that nice example right there. I will cook food becomes food will be cooked by me. Very good. So we continue to future perfect tense. Okay, we go to future perfect tense. Future perfect tense, this is the sentence that used a shall, okay, use had. Okay, so for instance, for example, the formula says we use will plus have plus been plus verb 3, and we know what is verb 3. Verb 3 is a verb in participle form. Okay, that is past participle, not present participle, because present participle is the verb that is has ing. Okay, so basically we continue. That is the formula for future perfect tense. Okay, future perfect tense. So future perfect says that you have to use will, okay, plus have plus been plus verb 3, which is verb in past participle. Okay, so that is it with all the tenses. We have seen all the major tenses. We started from present, we went to past, and we came to lastly to the future. Okay, so they say, you know what is modal verbs. Okay, modal verbs, these are verbs like will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to. Okay, plus verb 1. Okay, so all this, if they're connected to verb 1, verb 1 is a verb in present simple, okay, present simple form of a verb, or a basic a form in a basic a verb in basic form. Okay, so if these things are connected to, and you're trying to change the sentence from active to passive, what do you do? You have to take the modal verb, for instance, can, okay, plus be plus verb 3, of which we know what is our verb 3. Verb 3 is a verb in past participle, okay. Also, we have infinitive to. That is, when we say infinity, we mean to attached to a verb in a basic form. For instance, to play, to drink, to eat, okay, to jump. All this is called infinity. Infinity is a verb in a normal form connected to is called infinitive, okay, or infinity in this case, okay. So to be plus verb 3, okay, that is how you're going to change that. So if you take that to from active to passive, that to be will be connected to verb to be. You know, verb to be is like we have present verb to be, which is am, is, and are, okay. So this you have to connect with what? Verb in participle form, okay. Yes. And also you have to remember that subjective personal pronouns have to be changed, okay, because for instance, if I say I am playing football, I am playing football, I is a subject. So when I have to transfer this sentence into passive voice, I have to change this subjective pronoun into objective pronoun, okay. I hope you guys understand in that part. So we say all the subjective pronouns have to be changed, okay. For instance, to me, if I say John is speaking to me, then it becomes I say John is speaking to me. To me, if you have to change it into subject, to me becomes I, okay. And I, if I has to be changed into object, it will change into me, okay. I change into me, okay. I is the subject of what? Me, okay. We is the subject of us. He is the subject of him, okay. She is the subject of her. They is the subject of them. So you have to know how to interchange these things in order for you to be able to change or to make transition of a sentence from active voice into passive voice. I hope all this is well understood. This is just we just covered all the rules that are supposed to be understood in order for somebody to be efficient in trying to make active, either active or passive sentence. This is very important, guys. I hope you guys understood this, and if you did not, then you know how to touch base with me and see what we can do to make sure that this is clear. And guys, I will see you in class very soon. I hope you guys are having you had a good time with this this short video. And don't forget to watch number 1, because the video 1 is actually covering the first part, okay, from present to past. So try to cover that too, in order for you to be able to understand the whole topic, okay. So basically these are just the rules. All other notes will be found on the blog, and you guys, if you have any question, you can just leave a comment there, and I will get through it and try to answer the best I can, okay. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you guys are gonna have a good time trying to understand this and use it in a normal conversation. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next subject.